Hi there, so here I am again. I'm trudging around in the woods again with the dogs. I don't know if you can see them behind me. It's not so nice today, it's sort of cold and wet rather than nice and snowy and pretty. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you today about just trying something different in your creative process. I got my camera with me. I always carry a camera around. I don't tend to use photos that much for painting from, but as a way of just finding images and trying something different, seeing the world in a slightly different way, I find it really useful. So I'm going to take a few photos, and maybe on my way to the studio when I'm walking through town I might grab a few as well. I do a lot of this, and it just helps to open out the way I see things, so that when I'm approaching my paintings, although I may not use the photos directly, it does change the way I see the world around me, and I think it does kind of creep into the paintings and just help me be more creative, a little bit more open. Don't forget, my brand new online workshop is now booking for April 2022. If you're interested in that, check out the link that's on the screen. Okay, let's get on. Hi there. As I was saying in the intro, I just wanted to have a quick talk today about how having different creative outlets helps me to keep my painting fresh. So I do, lots of different things. Obviously, I do lots of painting, lots of sketching. I spend a lot of time outside, working directly outside, bringing that stuff back into the studio, and that's great. Working in the studio, I absolutely love doing that too. But like anything, in order to keep it fresh, you need to have a bit of variety. So what I do is I like to just do other things which are also creative. They're complementary, but they're not necessarily all feeding into my painting. So I think it's really useful to have different creative outlets. It just keeps your brain moving when you're not painting. What I like to do is I always carry a camera around with me, and whether it's this one or my phone, it's just something to have on me that I can use to make images with. And obviously taking photographs isn't the same as painting. It's a completely different process. It's more immediate, and in some ways it's more casual, and because of that I tend to make different types of images. So I'm able to create a different sort of work. This is something that I've always done, but I suppose over the last couple of years I've been a little bit more rigorous about making sure I've always got a camera with me, and I think it's partly to do with the lockdowns. When we were in the first lockdown, I started just walking to work the whole time, and I was trying to find different things, and just having the camera with me, it was a different kind of outlet, and I found that really interesting, and it just kind of grew a little bit. So the kind of things that I'm looking for now tend to be strong light and dark, interesting textures. I kind of did a whole thing last year when we were in the lockdowns of sort of empty streets and things like that. Occasionally there'd be a person coming through, a kind of street photography, and I've carried that through as well. But those are very different kinds of subjects to the ones that I paint, and I like that as well. And I'm tending also to keep them black and white now. I went through some different phases, but I'm really focusing on the black and white now. And that's quite deliberate because, again, it's different to what I'm doing in my painting. Obviously you've seen my paintings, they tend to be quite colourful. So I'm enjoying focusing on just the shapes and lines, the tones. It's a really it's just a different process, and that's really what I'm trying to get at here. It's because it's different to what I'm doing in my painting, it keeps my kind of creative brain working in a slightly different way, and it all goes around in a big circle. And hopefully, although I'm not directly using these photos, in my painting. I think it's all feeding in, and I'm starting to see some compositional elements which are creeping in, I think, because of the photography. So that's quite interesting. I encourage you just to try and do something different, not because you don't want to paint, not because you don't enjoy painting, but just because it's always good to try as many different things as possible. And like I said, it just keeps your brain moving. Okay, anyway, I hope you found that interesting and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.